This is Hollywood. Matías Bombal with you. Walt Disney Studios Motion Pictures and Lucasfilm bring us Rogue One, a Star Wars story, a prequel to the very first of the Star Wars adventures, A New Hope, from 1977. You may recall that in that first Star Wars, Princess Leia placed the plans to the Death Star in R2-D2's memory. This new movie is the story of how she was able to obtain them in the first place. It's due primarily to the unlikely heroic efforts of Jyn Erso, played by Felicity Jones. She is the daughter of a man the Empire has used to design the Death Star, and the rebel forces feel that she is key to getting more information about it. Initially, they kidnap her, but when she sees more clearly the cause, she rallies the rebels.
If the Empire has this kind of power, what chance do we have?
What chance do we have? The question is, what choice? Run, hide, plead for mercy, scatter your forces. You give way to an enemy this evil with this much power, and you condemn the galaxy to an eternity of submission. The time to fight is now.
Indeed it is. You saw Jimmy Smits briefly in that scene as Bail Organa. Well, Jyn is off to fight for the cause, assisted by a sarcastic droid and a pilot named Cassian Andor, played by Diego Luna. Of course, they must first establish some level of trust.
Why does she get a blaster and I don't?
What?
I know how to use it.
That's what I'm afraid of. Give it to me.
We're going to Jeddah. That's a war zone.
That's not the point of it. Where'd you get it?
I found it.
I find that answer vague and unconvincing.
Trust goes both ways.
You're letting her keep it. Would you like to know the probability of her using it against you? It's high.
Let's get going.
It's very high.
What is not a probability you'd expect in the picture is the return on screen, through digital means, of Grand Moff Tarkin, played by actor Guy Henry. That is to say that Mr. Henry's body and voice are Tarkin, but the face belongs to Peter Cushing, placed on Mr. Henry's head by the latest technology. The irony of the fact that the digital presence of Cushing's face, a man who spent a lifetime playing the undead in movies for years, seems somehow fitting. It's surprising to witness, and truth be told, an impressive bit of movie magic. From an exhibition standpoint, it is possible to see this movie in multiple ways, in 3D and 2D on screens across the USA. However, if you are lucky enough to have one of the 15 IMAX theaters in the USA that are exhibiting this movie in a 15 70mm film print, you're in for a very special treat indeed. Sacramento, California's Esquire IMAX is one such theater. Let's take you there now. The Esquire in Sacramento opened this picture on a rainy night to capacity crowds. The anticipation was palpable as the patrons milled through the lobby one day earlier than in the national opening of the digital versions, not just to see it first, but to see it on 15 70mm movie film. Up in the booth, the technicians eagerly prepare the opening night first presentation by threading the feature in the giant film format. Having seen both the digital and 15 70mm film versions, I may report that the experience is different in several ways. First, there is a sequence of shots in the film version that are different than the digital one. They occur when we first see Darth Vader in a tank without his famous outfit. The digital shows the tank draining for him to get dressed. The tank drains with the camera placed behind the tank. On the 15 film prints, you see the side view of the tank with Darth Vader's head unmasked instead, with the liquid draining just to about his eyebrows. His face is not fully revealed. The film print has better contrast than the digital and offers richer, more palpable colors. If you have a chance to see one of these film prints, not in 3D, you will have the best possible experience of this movie. So how is the movie itself? I was thoroughly entertained by this Star Wars story. It held my attention from start to finish and was fun to watch. Adding good turns of the script are actors Forrest Whitaker, Ben Mendelsohn, and Mads Mikkelsen, who I still think sounds just like classic film actor George McCready every time he speaks. This is fun at the movies and extra special in IMAX 1570mm movie film, the way that I suggest you see it. The Motion Picture Association of America has given this a PG-13 rating. This is your pal, Matías Bombal, bidding you a fond farewell.